Hey guys, you're welcome. It's a beautiful Saturday, like we always like to say. Saturdays are beautiful because it's the weekend. And of course, we're back on your screens.
Yep.
It's your favorite Trotro Diaries, your favorite show in the entire world, so you know. And it's live on Joy Prime Television. Right here every day, we come your way at 10 a.m. Actually, 11 a.m. Maybe we should advocate for more time for the show.
Like 2 hours.
Right? So yeah, we come your way every Saturday morning, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's just for an hour, and we discuss some pertinent issues that bother us on our society, especially on our roads and in our transport industry. And today is no different. We're going to be discussing something really important. But my name is Noella Kareniali. I'm not here alone. I'm here with somebody who has resigned from being my better half. But yeah, he will introduce himself to you.
My name is Yao Odum, and thank you guys for joining us once again. It's always beautiful.
Yeah.
You start your Saturday, you have us amazing people on your screens.
Absolutely.
And as Noella said, today we're talking about road safety. Now, for the last couple of weeks, we've been doing the educational campaign, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Now, when we went to the Trotro stations, we realized that there were a lot of interesting things that were contributing to the numbers that we're seeing on our roads in terms of road safety. Now, when you go into it, you realize that some of it is knowledge, some of it is understanding, some of it is people do not actually know some of these things. And these guys are driving. And so it's very important that we bring some of these education and some of these information. So today we're going to be talking about some stats related to road crashes on our road. And these are daily stats. When I saw them, I just could not believe them because these are things that are totally avoidable.
Absolutely. So according to provisional data released by the National Road Safety Authority, between January this year to June 2025 alone, more than 7,000 crashes have happened, okay? Wow. And out of these 7,000 crashes, 1,504 people have died. Now, here's the alarming part. 8 people every day die because of road accidents. I don't know about you, but I find that extremely, extremely alarming. And look, we've had conversations right here on the show. We've engaged with resource personnel. We've had personnel from the National Road Safety Authority, ambassadors, remember last year, right here, seated with us to have conversations around why we have such alarming stats when it comes to safety on our roads. What is their mandate? What is the mandate of the National Road Safety Authority? One time I remember when we were having an engagement with them, I put it to them that I feel like they thrive on these numbers to stay relevant. Because it's like, oh, the only time we hear about the National Road Safety Authority is when, you know, we have these kind of data given to us and all of that. I mean, what do they do with the rest of the year? And by law, what are they mandated to do? Where does their power start? Where does it end? We want to have all that kind of conversation right here. Even though we've had it, we have to continue to have it so we can sensitize ourselves, educate ourselves on road safety issue. Because look, maybe I shouldn't attempt, you know. I shouldn't attempt. You know, what is it? Or Proverbs or whatever in Chi, but whatever it says, you know what I mean.
Or something like that.
Right. So what I'm trying to say is today it may be somebody who is dead, somebody I do not know. But tomorrow I could be a part of this statistics and I do not want to be a part of it, right? It's such a sorry way to die. And so we're going to be having a conversation with Nana Williams, who is a facilitator from the Stevens Driving School. Tell us more.
So he's going to be speaking to her. But just before I go on that, I think the other very important thing we need to add is that these deaths are avoidable. Very avoidable. People don't need to die. We don't need to lose 80 people.
In fact, the recent leadership of the National Road Safety Authority, they say one of their biggest hurdles is non-compliance on the part of individuals. So we want to have that conversation right here on the show today. It's really going to be an exciting one, very educative as usual. And of course, we do not do this alone. We do it with our viewers, right?
Exactly.
And so we want to encourage you, I beg your pardon, to be a part of the show. We're going to be sharing some numbers on your screens pretty shortly. Please, you can text us, okay? via those numbers. Let us know what your thoughts are. I'm yet to find out from my producer if we get to activate the phone lines here, so they can also be a part of the show.
Yeah, exactly. So especially for those that have had a personal experience, whether it was yourself or somebody that you know,
Absolutely.
or things that you've observed on the streets that are contributing to these issues, today we want to hear from you. As usual on the Trotro Diaries TV show, it's not just what we have to say or what the resource people have to say, but most importantly, what you guys also have to say, because you are our eyes and ears on the street. So
Absolutely.
we're going to be inviting Nene shortly after the break,
right
and then we talk about road safety. What are we going to do for this second half of the year to make sure that we bring these numbers down?
That's right. And so once again, I'm Noella Kareniali. This is the Trotro Diaries TV show. Stay tuned in. All right, so you're welcome back right here on Joy Prime Television. It's Trotro Diaries. If you just joined it, well, you're not late. A little bit late. You missed our intro, but don't worry, I will do you the honors. And so, for our show today, we are discussing something related to road safety. If you haven't heard, well, news is that between January to June this year alone, which is like 5 months into the year, a total of more than 7,000 road accidents or crashes have occurred. And out of this total number, 1,504 people have died. And for me, here's the kicker, the shocker, that every day, right here in Ghana, across Ghana actually, 8 people die as a result of road accident. And it's a data that was released by the National Road Safety Authority. And we ought to continue having conversations around safety, ensuring safety on our roads, because look, it involves all of us. All of us, we cannot say that we do not use our roads. Even if you are a bicycle rider, a motorcycle, which actually they were also, mentioned in the report as one of the key people that contributed to the crashes. And so we want to have a conversation with somebody who understands. He is a facilitator from Stevens Driving School in the Williams. He's not, an alien face. You know him. He's been here more than 6 or 10 times, and we're very appreciative. He says no, but yes, I said yes. We're very appreciative of his company here.
Yes, so today we have Mr. Nene Williams. As Noella said, he has been on the show a couple of times. I think the first time we had him on was last year. Or I remember he was around for one Valentine.
Yeah.
Or that was this year?
No, that was last year.
Last year, yeah. So he was around for Valentine's. And he's been a very resourcul person. He's been on ground with us for the educational program as well.
Yeah, when we went
And
there.
so today, he's taking us through a lot. And I don't know if he's doing a presentation today as well, but...
Yeah, he is.
Oh, great.
Absolutely. We're going to be having we're going to have a conversation, like I said, about this stats. First of all, I know you've seen it. When you saw it, how did you react to it?
I loved your intro when you spoke about the fact that it's as if these are the numbers they like to actually broadcast. If you look at the pattern, these numbers actually didn't start today. Even when we go back to way back in 2023, we had the same stats as in 8 people dying every single day.
Right.
Yeah, so currently it's 11. So if we should divide the 8, we have about 3 or 4 people dead already at this time as we are speaking. Yeah, so it's not as if these numbers started today. And what baffles my mind is the fact that we were able to have lockdown during COVID. We had, I think, about 3 or 4 months from March all the way to August, whereby no one was supposed to gather under a social function. And even when you look at the numbers for COVID doesn't even add. When you add all the death from 2019 all the way to 2023, you still don't get what we had in 6 months for accidents. COVID gave us, I think, 1,456 deaths. Then that's for the whole 3 years.
Yeah.
And we called it a pandemic. Even as at now, when you try to import a car, they charge you for COVID tax. But when it comes to accidents, I don't know any levy or any tax that is channeling towards sensitization and enforcement of road traffic acts, because the deaths are just crazy. And the numbers we mentioned, we forget that their names. These are fathers, these are mothers, these are your own brothers and sisters. Some are attending funerals to speak right now because of road accidents. But we just talk about it, and the actions are not taken. And this is the interesting part. When we say actions, it's not only the government. It is you and I. It's not the government that sits behind my steering wheel. Neither is it the government that accelerates when I decide to go faster than I'm expected to. So it's actually you and I that we have to take the action. And it's very, very, very sad.
And I think it's very interesting what you said, especially the part where you point out that it's not just about the government. Because, for example, you mentioned that people are going to funerals at this very moment because of road accidents. And guess what? Those people going to the funerals will also be driving recklessly.
Yeah.
So it's as if it's like something that we don't take seriously, or I don't get it. Why we not
to touch you on the heels of what you just said, there was a video I saw. I think there was a story that was trending about a certain young lady who was shot dead by her boyfriend. And so they had to now have a funeral for this young lady and, bury her and everything. At her funeral, somebody drank so bad and ended up killing people at the funeral. It's crazy. So, that's just something in relation to what you were saying.
I think that's probably another part to that they probably need to pay attention to, right? Because it's almost as if we don't place value on human lives. One, it's we as like a society individually, because you see what people do, how people drive, and you will be on the road during the speed limit, and people will be behind you honking.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, as a society, is it like we don't care about this? And the perspective or the context you created with COVID also paints a very interesting one, because more people are dying, more people died even in the year of COVID, and more people died from road crashes before COVID. Why are we not declaring an emergency?
Yeah.
Why is it not like a priority? I think these are some of the things that we probably want to bring into the conversation as well.
Yeah, and I want to add to it that if you look at the stats, the men are actually dying a lot. Over 79% of those who died are men. Yeah, so only 21% were women.
You know why I smiled? It's not something I should smile, but it's an inside joke. He gets it. But go ahead.
Yeah, and these are...
I hope they'll zoom on you so that they can see.
Go ahead.
These are men who are actually the youth force. And it's sad because when you look at the stats, the 79% are not people's grandparents because they are all at home.
Yeah.
These are between the age of the teens to the young adults. And this is why today I have a small presentation.
So before you start with your presentation, I want us to put, I know this thing, we've had conversations in the past over and over about the root causes of road accidents. I know you are not a rep from the National Road Safety Authority, but this is something that involves your industry. You are a facilitator at a driving school. Generally, what do you think is the number one contributor of road accidents on our roads?
Human error. So today my presentation is even focused more on the human error. Yeah, I base it on 3. But I laid more emphasis on human error.
Okay.
It's always about human error. 1, if you say the pedestrians, where they walk. 2, if you say the driver, the kind of speed especially, and also the attitude towards driving. One big challenge is, I always tell students that it goes beyond who was wrong, but what you also did in return plays a key or vital role in road accidents. And I love Yao's initiative, the CASA for Safety, because accidents don't come out of the blue. It doesn't just happen. Even though we say an accident is an unexpected event, it's a series of wrong events that lead to an accident. Yeah, so it's not like the driver was just driving on the highway, then poof, an accident. Usually, you foresee it coming. I'll never forget the first time I went to Kumasi. I was sitting in an STC bus. We all know that when it comes to stats, STC has one of the lowest accident rates. So I decided to go with STC, and that was my first time to Kumasi. And I hardly sleep in cars because I love to drive, so that I put my life in my own hands. So if my life is in another person's hand, I don't sleep.
I want to see what's
I
going
want to see. Yeah, at least even if the accident will come in, I can shout Jesus. Then my sins will be forgiven.
Then boom.
Yeah.
Straight.
But once the bus was going, I realized the bus had actually gone past the center market. And no one was saying anything. I wanted to speak, but I felt like if I should speak, everyone would see that this is my first time going to Kumasi. Probably the road is bad. That's why he had moved. But I still couldn't see anything. And I realized the driver switches or sways off a little bit. The driver's kind of like, nah, that's not normal. So when I realized he was going more than half of the vehicle had already crossed the center market, when I realized the second half was going, then I shouted, driver! When I shouted driver, the driver just went back to our lane, which means that the driver probably was dozing off. As I shouted driver and he went back, apparently I wasn't the only one who saw it. They were all down shouting, which means if I hadn't shouted, they all saw it, but they weren't ready to talk. And that's why it's very important that we always speak up. There's a picture I have whereby...
In fact, you know what? Let's start your presentation so that,
I'm sure there will be a lot of follow-up questions that we would have for you as well.
Yeah.
Today, pardon me for the video quality. I try to cram a lot. I have a lot of in fact, before we start, I want to plead with the viewers that there is a lot that we'll see. So I'll crave that you watch it with your discretion. Yeah, so we'll see a lot. At least we'll get to see that accidents is real. Unfortunately, we in Ghana, many of us don't use what we call the dash cam. But it's very, very important. If you have it, at least you can record to show what happened. But unfortunately, too many Ghanaians too don't do what is right. So if you have the dash cam, maybe you end up being arrested because you also caused the accident. So when we say accidents, we should know that accidents are unexpected events. But first of all, they happen on the road. And when they happen, it can cause injury or worse, loss of life and damages to the property within the vicinity of the accident. So first of all, we call it a road accident if it occurred on the road. But if maybe your car was in the house and someone dropped something and it hit the vehicle, then it's not a road accident. It should happen on the road. And also, as I said, it happens unexpectedly. No one leaves the house and tells the wife that, oh, today I'm having an accident, so put my food in the fridge. Or you call your boss and tell your boss that, oh, I would need 3 or 4 days off because today I'll get involved in an accident. And that is why we say that it is what? An unexpected event. So with all that I've said, we should also understand that when it comes to accidents, apart from it being unexpected and it causes loss of life, it causes not just loss of life, but it causes financial loss to the state as well. And it also causes burden to the families that the accidents occur. Because if it's my father or mother who was involved in that accident, then it means that I am also going to lose my fees for school, or I'm also going to become an orphan. All these are the challenges that occurs when we have accidents. So the question is, why do accidents happen? Why do accidents happen? And that is why we are looking at this topic, because many of us might wonder that why are we even talking about it? And why is this topic very, very important? And when you look at the stats that we share today, we know that 8 lives are lost due to crashes. We know that 40 crashes occur every single day in this country. All these stats are daily, every single day in Ghana. We also know that 46 people are injured in crashes. And let's understand that in Ghana, we don't report accidents. So the 46 crashes are not the normal...
They're the ones that have been reported.
These are, not
or
just
the serious
reported.
ones.
The ones that the person was hospitalized because the hand was chopped off. Or even not amputated. The accident chopped it off before they now have to work on it. Amputated is more of a
medical
procedure. But this one, the accident has chopped it out off completely. There are even some that when you see, you know this person is dead, but there's a heartbeat. So they'll add a person to what? The injured people. And this is happening every day. Then You should understand that just last month, June, we had 237 people who lost their life just last month because of accidents. 237. I'm sure even if you are doing a party and you buy 237, you can't even cook for all of them. But accidents killed all of them within 1 month, which when you strike the average is almost close to 8 people dying every single day. Then I searched for the top 10 causes of death in Ghana, and guess what? Accident is part of it.
Wow.
Top 10, not the, it's even before cancer. Accident is killing people more than cancer in Ghana, which is, like when you think about it, accident can happen any day. And I know sometimes you are not scared about it, but when I sit in my car, I can be part of those numbers. You can be part of those numbers. And that is why we should take road traffic situations serious. We should take road traffic serious. So now, I'd like us to look at the 3 major or main causes of accidents on our roads in Ghana. So I'll say that the first one is the human errors. Then we have also the vehicle factors, then the road and environmental factors. Today I'll touch more on this because that one is a whole topic, especially because of the weather. There are a lot of tricks that we need, especially when it comes to a car. Anytime you are driving, you have to make sure that your lights are working very well. So the human error is where I'll touch more on. Even when we come to vehicle factors, guess what? It's still human error. Your maintenance and all those stuff has to do with the human error. So the first 2 I have here is distracted driving and overspeeding. The average speed we have in Ghana for all the urban roads is 50 kilometers per hour. Regulation 163 spells it out that the speed we should use on our road is 50 kilometers per hour. Whether you like it or not, it is what? 50 on our urban roads. Only on the highways that you are expected to go 80 kilometers per hour. Then on the motorway, the highways gives you 90 based on the speed limit sign. If there's no speed limit sign, then the maximum you can go is 90. But
So just before you go on, right? Because I think maybe part of why some of these stats also stay the same is a lot of people that are getting licensed, we know how they are getting it. So what is urban road? So that maybe some of these information...
You have a very good point, Urban roads are roads that are found within towns and cities. So we are driving in Accra, Greater Accra in general. The speed limit is 50 kilometers per hour. But have you used the Gimpa stretch before? I dare say that over 90% of the cars don't go 50. Anytime I'm on that road and I choose to reduce the speed to test the waters, I realize that I become a hazard. Because as soon as you even try to go the 50, all the cars will start queuing. No, not. They'll queue. They'll queue behind you and put pressure on you because you have become a hazard. And now they have to forcefully or wrongfully overtake you. And also, so I feel like in Ghana, 50 kilometers is just an advice. And this is some of the challenges we have. Then we have the...
Sorry, not to cut. To add to that, I think that's also another angle that we need to look at because I've had this personal experience before where you're trying to do the speed limit, but because everybody else wants to do
more than
the speed limit as the minimum, then now you have no option. You are pressed to also speed up. And so I think that's also very interesting.
So as I was saying, it's the speed limit the speed limit has been capped at 50 kilometers. But unfortunately, Ghanaians don't do that. I don't know, maybe the speed limit has to be changed so that the roads become safer. Because if you try to fix something and it's not fitting, they adjust it.
It has to be reduced? Is that what you're saying?
If not increased, then enforced.
Okay.
That's the only way we can go about it. I have 2 videos, but I'll plead with the viewers that in case the video quality is not the best, please pardon me. Today, I tried cramming up a lot. I use passion. Sometimes when you are emotional about something, you don't get the best.
Right.
But I pray that you'd be able to see the video. So the next video, would watch a video that occurred in Ghana. And that's why I said that I'll plead with our viewers for their discretion. This is a CCTV footage around Laboni. This was just 2022, 2nd May 2022, just after the holidays. And that's a Range Rover.
From this side to the other side?
No, he's actually...
from that side.
He's on this lane, and
he crashed into...
He not just crashed. The car is actually rolling over. It's somersaulted. The car is somersaulted. That is a human being over there. Unfortunately, the camera is not that good. That's a human being. There's another person.
Human being here.
That's the legs over there. Then, so in school they call that man Superman because of how high he flew.
Oh my God.
There's another person.
Yeah, now I see.
Yeah, I hope you can see him well.
See, I can see another person here.
Yeah,
Down
that's
there.
the person on the ground.
Yeah.
And this is the first one. Then there's
Oh my
another
God.
person.
From the car.
Yeah,
White.
there's another person also coming out of the car.
There he is.
Yeah, look how high he is. With this, a truck can even pass under,
Yeah.
and this guy will still be higher than the vehicle.
He almost hit the sign.
It doesn't end there. There's a third person who, when you pay attention, you see the hands coming out. And this happened just in Ghana.
Oh, yes. That's,
Yeah.
Oof.
They went to enjoy themselves on the first match holiday. So it happened in the early hours of the second day. So they chilled to daybreak. They were going home. And this was their fate.
And this is Range Rover,
Yeah.
which means that it has all the...
The airbags, all
And
the
it couldn't even
anti-braking,
save them. So they
That-
died?
They all died. They all died. And that is why seatbelts are very, very important. That is why seatbelts are very important. I have another video for seatbelts, but I crammed so much in I didn't show that video. But another time probably, or you can visit, you can search out online for accidents. You see more of these things. There are a lot of
crazy.
videos.
And it has gone into the other lane, which
lane,
means
yeah.
oncoming vehicles on the other...
Exactly. Now, those of us who love to enjoy the car with our loved ones, this is the challenge. This, according to sources, this didn't happen in Ghana though, but according to sources, they both lost their lives. Yeah, they were enjoying their little romance and just a little kiss. Oh, honey, turn your face. He gave a kiss. And that was the end of their life.
Kiss of death.
Yeah, the kiss of death. Yeah. Wow. So let's watch the video. So it calls his baby, her baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is sad.
And for this one, the wrongful overtaking, when we pay attention to the next video, we are going to see that he did what usually happens on the Accra Kumasi highway. So in that video, he sees a long queue of vehicles, and he decides to overtake.
In the next slide.
Yeah, I think the team is interested in the video.
So in this previous slide, if we can go to the previous slide, I believe that was distracted driver because you were speaking about the courses.
Yeah, the distracted driver.
Okay.
Then the video that was just about to play was also wrongful overtaking together with the other one. Okay. So you see, it takes, according to, let's look at the stats. Research has shown that if you text, you are 23 times more likely to be involved in a crash.
Right.
Then
Texting while driving.
texting while driving. Then 5 seconds is the minimum amount
Of attention.
that you can take to get an accident. And according to the same research, if you are driving on the highway speed, that's around 88 kilometers, and you respond to a 5-second text, you are actually driving the length of a whole football field with your eyes closed. Wow. That's how serious it is. So the whole football pitch, that takes 22 players. They can line all of them up, and without 5 seconds, you can clear from the goalkeeper in the first post to the other post, just with that 5-second test. And you won't even see it that you caused the accident. There was a video also from the PRO from the National Road Safety Authority. She was talking about her friend who they said a car actually knocked her, and the driver drove for some meters without even knowing the lady was beneath the car. So they had to use a shovel to actually sweep the lady's path because the car had just scraped her body all over the road. And these are some of the things that happen. And this is the Kumasi Highway, what we usually do. One driver will start from the beginning and try and overtake all the other cars.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry.
This is what causes...
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, viewers, once again, your discretion is advised. Please, all viewers, your discretion is advised. So, he tried to overtake, like what happens on the Accra Kumasi Highway.
So it was two cars that actually crashed.
Yeah, he crashed into the car coming from the opposite direction. So
I saw like there was a second car.
This is the end of that vehicle.
Can we see the video? There was also a second car.
No, I can't watch it.
Please, So Yes, if we can have there was a second car actually.
Yeah. It involved not just one vehicle.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and this is what happens on the Accra-Kumasi Highway. When you hear most of the stats from Accra-Kumasi Highway, is the wrongful overtaking.
Yeah.
And the reason why I want us to play the video again is that, so see these two cars, they are in their lane, they are doing the right thing. So you see, there was a white car and then there was a pickup.
Yeah, so both of them were cleared.
I can't watch it.
So look at this is the
Wow.
end
The
result.
remains.
Yeah, the
right?
remains of the vehicle. The end result
crash.
means that there's no way they'll
Anybody survived, yeah.
survive. This is the end result of Mipentem.
But that was quite
Yeah.
some video.
And it's serious for me because that means that it's not just the driver that needs to be aware or the person that's doing it.
Everybody.
Even if you are doing the right thing, someone can just out
Yes.
of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so it's,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I'll come to that as well. And that's why I always talk about tolerance. That as a driver, regardless of who is right, you don't have to exert your right. Always let that wrong driver go his way so that we'll all go home in peace. One of my colleagues heard about this, but he told me just this morning he wanted to actually be part of it and share his own testimony.
Oh.
He actually was this same situation. He witnessed it on the Accra-Kumasi Highway. There was a taxi that was coming from the opposite direction, and his lane, there was a car overtaking him. I think he said a BM. So it was overtaking him and the vehicle in front of him. So the taxi driver also saw that car coming. And the usual thing, we are Bemabra, excuse my French. So when the car was actually coming, lo and behold, they ran into each other. The taxi driver who was on his right of way and exerted his right lost his life instantly.
The BM guy?
He was alive. Then, what hurts me about that whole scenario, which I wish he was even here to share it himself, was there was a market woman, or let me say there were two market women. I say they were
By the
market women
road.
because, no, they were in the car. Because the car was loaded with a lot of plantains. So I'm assuming they were market women.
In the
And-
taxi, you mean?
in the taxi. So why it hurts me is they had probably paid a taxi driver to get them to point B from point A. And they probably
all-
have not even driven a car before.
They all died.
They all, no, you spot the sugar in there.
Oh.
The lady rightly behind the taxi driver died on the spot. And the second lady, her legs, they brought her out of the car. She didn't have any of her legs. And this lady even shed tears because she was in absolute shock.
Yeah.
Just imagine you are from the market, you are planning, okay, maybe I met up fufu kakra. Then all of a sudden, your legs are gone. You don't even, it's not even about, do I have, what's in the car? The question now is, what happens to me?
Yeah.
Would I work, especially if she was a breadwinner? Everything ends instantly. And what if the lady in the car too was her sister? You're now grieving for your sister whilst you
Grieving
have
for
a leg.
yourself.
Exactly. And this is all that happens. So human error is the biggest problem. With the next slide also.
But Nene, and this Kumasi Highway you just cited,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people also share, should I say testimonies, or let me not say testimonies, experiences on social media. Why aren't we seeing law enforcement pay particular attention to that road? Because obviously there are a lot of people that use that road and decide to do wrong things. So why aren't they there?
can I give the first answer? They don't care enough. Because as he said, COVID, not so many people died. See the number of policies, how we're all forced to pay levies and all that. People have been dying for so long. In fact, as we speak, the PL system is in place. So police, invisible eyes are watching. It's in place. It is not being enforced. We have cameras and stuff that will find you, send a text message to your phone. Because that's the only way people will change.
Yeah.
When you look at other jurisdictions, I watched these police videos from outside. The very moment you cross the red light,
Yeah, there's a police here.
there's a police there.
Yeah.
They'll give you a ticket. So they don't wait for you to, no. Instantly, there's feedback.
Yeah.
Once you are getting that feedback, they're also using radar. I shared the experience last time when I was in Germany with a friend. Yes. We just drove, and then she was not even doing 60. I think she was probably doing 50. But it was 30 at that point. The very moment we crossed, I didn't see anything. No. All I said was, she was like, beep.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, what's happening? He's like, oh, it's 30.
mean, honestly,
she's going to pay about 70 euros. That will make you sit up.
Yeah, but let me
I
be
find
honest
it
with
very
you.
interesting.
I have to give credit where it's due. The Ghana police is actually doing well now. When you pay attention to all the traffic lights, they have this motto. But some will say that some will say they even fine you sports fine when you cross the red light.
Sports fine.
Yeah, sports fine, quote. Yeah, so
Anyway.
they are doing well.
Nene, hold your guns a little bit for me. We have Joshua on the phone lines, a viewer who wants to share his thoughts on the topic we're discussing. Hi, Joshua.
Hi, good afternoon.
Afternoon. Thanks for calling in.
Interesting program. I think it's very educative. Very, very educative.
Thank you.
Everyone must watch this program. I just entered the room and I tuned into this channel because I love Joy News, Joy Prime. What I can add to this is that I have a problem. I was in America for 8 years. It's not even 10 of 8 years.
Joshua, we can hardly hear you. Can you kindly...
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, it's better
Can you hear
now.
me?
It's better now, yeah.
I was in this American war, and I was about to enter the main road, okay? But mistakenly, my accelerator paddle locked. It couldn't come back. You know, sometimes you only press the accelerator cable. You need to also release your leg and step on the brake because it's an automatic. So the accelerator cable could not return back and it got stuck under the carpet. And all of a sudden, all the automatic gears have changed. And I hit a wall. My sister, when the police came, they told me that if I were to be on the road, I could have killed a lot of people.
People, right.
Because this is not even V8 or V10, it's V12.
Wow.
6.6 engine block. So the gentleman educating us there, we should be tolerant on the road. I was just coming out, so I thought, I'm just stepping on the highway, so let me go. No, anything can happen to our machine.
Yeah.
And my last point is that we should know that the car is a machine. It can fail us. My instructor used to tell me that in the combustion chamber, there is 3 things that happens there. Fuel and air mixture, that burn in it. So it is fire inside the engine. So if you think it is a normal thing, it can kill you. So let's hold on, just cool down and just move on on the road.
Joshua,
we shouldn't compete with anybody on the road. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And I like how balanced he kept his perspective. The fact that, yes, there are human errors, and then also the fact that the car is a machine that can fail us, right? Which I think you have also touched on. Yeah.
So one thing Joshua, my apologies for what happened, my sympathy. Yeah, because it's going to cost a lot to get that car repaired. But one thing I also want to share with viewers is when you find yourself in such a situation, it's always advisable to place the gear in neutral. Yeah, and one thing I always advise my students is you don't panic. Panicking behind the steering wheel is extremely dangerous because the least mistake, you'd end up losing a life. So whenever your accelerator pedal gets stuck, you should always make sure you place the gear in neutral. Another thing too is the carpets we use in the vehicle. We should be mindful of the carpets we use, especially if your accelerator is the type that sticks to has a little gap in it. Because there are tendencies of the carpet actually going over the accelerator. Because as soon as you press the accelerator, the carpet, it slips. When the carpet slips onto the accelerator, it creates that situation. So I always advise that you don't actually use certain kind of carpets. And anytime you are also sitting in the car, you should be mindful of how the carpet slides.
True.
Always be mindful of it.
Okay, so we have another caller on the line. Bennett, how are you doing?
Yourselves?
We're doing great. Thank you for joining us on the show. What are your thoughts on the conversation?
Okay, so following up from what the large gentleman just said, I'm fine. So I'm just following up on what the large gentleman the experience he shared with us. You know, it is not every carpet that we put in our. You see, that is why every speaker a desired carpet type. The reason is that when the carpet is put, it must go past where the accelerator, the gears, and all those things are laid. It must go right after that. But if it is a bit short, what happens is that sometimes you see it moving forward and backward. And that is one of the dangers in driving. As soon as the carpet overlaps, and then you step on the accelerator and it locks it up, it becomes a bit difficult to do what you want to do. Again, you would find some drivers, they are with two slippers and probably a shoe. And then when they want to change over, they probably allow the slippers to lie right inside where they are sitting. It's another dangerous recipe for accident. Because those slippers that is lying right under your seat will slip under your brake or your accelerator. So in the event you want to stop and the slippers are right under the brake, it becomes a difficult thing for you to operate. So these are no-go areas. Never put slippers in your front where you are sitting. No object should be there.
Exactly.
It creates a lot of trouble. But the last question I want to find out is, how did you capture, for instance, the lady wanting to kiss the lover? How was that captured? If they were on the highway, how was it captured? Was it captured from the car, or how did it happen? It's something that hits my mind.
Yeah, so I think it will probably be captured from the man's car, or I think at some point you could see the lady, social media, they were probably streaming live or something like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you also for sharing your thoughts with us. Very important point. Putting shoes, bottled water, and all that, which can prevent you, especially when you need to stop. Okay.
And Martin was saying that it's ladies are fun.
That's very true.
Fun at doing.
Yeah.
Putting their heels and
Look
all
at how
that.
strongly he said
It's
that's
true. It's we're trying to save our ladies.
I really love the points or the
Yeah,
feedback. And if
yeah.
there are more, it will be very nice.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
the viewers would
So
like
we're
to-
encouraging you. If you're watching, please, we need some of these thoughts because we're all educating
Yeah.
ourselves.
And with
all
the
of that.
carpet,
The
also,
numbers are on the screen as well.
Yeah.
with the carpet he made mention of, you should also be careful of the rubber carpets, especially if you don't have, there are some that can easily slide. Yeah, so you should be careful of the ones that slide. But as he said, the bigger it is, the lesser the tendency of it moving. So it's important to get such a carpet.
So we have another caller
Okay.
on the line, Martin. Martin, thank you so much for calling us. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, a very good afternoon to you and your family. Nene.
Yeah,
Very
he's the match I was talking about.
Oh,
okay.
okay. Interesting. We were just talking about you. Nene was talking about you a while ago.
Yes. He is my big brother. So I'm so happy. Yeah.
Can you share the experience?
Can you share the experience with us?
Yes. So what I want to say is that is just a contribution. My colleague has touched on so many areas that cause accidents. And it seems like here in Ghana, we are not taking results of accidents.
We're not taking what important?
Yes, so...
What did you say?
sometimes
I couldn't hear you. Can you rehash what you said?
The roads that will cause a lot of accidents. So,
I think the network.
Martin, we can hardly hear you. Can you kindly speak maybe a bit louder?
Oh, okay. So I'm talking about the road, the roads that we drive on. It is also an important aspect. Part that also causes accidents on our road. For instance, when the Kumasi-Accra road was under construction, between Nsawam Junction to Tamante, the road was a bit broad, where even if another car overtakes, there's not going to be any crash. But then after the road was properly constructed, I don't know if it is the work of the contractor or he was using a calculator.
It has become a
The
bit
road
narrow.
became very narrow.
Right.
So in terms of accidents and other things, it's not easy to prevent those things. When you are on the Cape Coast Road, after Apam Junction, getting to Winneba, you will see that there is a place where they place numerous signs, which is talking about accidents that happened at those places.
The 13
So
curves.
I don't know if you've been on that trip. You see that there's a sign that says 25 people died here, 13 people died here, 14 people died here.
Just
It is
it's such a
alerting the
good
road
thing,
user of
Yeah.
what is happening on the road.
Yeah.
So on the Kumasi Road, there is nothing like that indicated on the road. So most people risk their life because of the kind of road they drive on in Ghana. Take the Oyubi Apollonia Road as an example. I don't know if you've been there. Very bad nature of road. Take the Dodowa Adenta Road. Though it is under construction, but then there seems to be no improvement on that road. Look at the Ebri Road. Sometimes when you drive on the Ebri Road at night, you will see that there is no street light anywhere along the stretch. But then here we have a high office around the Sediase Lodge. So the road itself is also part of the accident that happened. So for me, I think we could take this lesson very serious.
Right.
And then if it can be recorded and played again, it will be a good use.
Martin, thank you so much. You've been very, very insightful with us this morning. We really appreciate it. And by that, we are encouraging others to still contribute to the show. The show is really about you. And whatever we're doing today, the topic we're discussing is actually about you and I as well. And so we'd love for you to call or even text Anya. Nene,
We've shared the stats already. But I want us to pay attention to how many pedestrians were knocked down. Usually when we talk about road safety in Ghana, the pedestrian thing is not part of it.
Yeah.
I recall I organized one program and there was a gentleman passing and I asked him why won't he sit and pass? He said, does he have a car? And I said, no, it's not about the drivers. He said, no, he is working. So why am I calling him for the program? Why doesn't he have a car? So I shouldn't worry. Yeah, he was even assuring me I shouldn't worry.
Education.
But it's a good program. So when he gets his car, he will join. But 1,301 pedestrians were knocked
down.
And the next video shows why pedestrians are sometimes knocked down. Sometimes we easily forget that we don't know the minds behind the vehicles that are on the road. He saw
the video I can't watch.
He saw a big footpath there.
Yeah.
But he decided to use it. Look, he checks to see if there's a car coming. Okay, there's no car coming. Like an average person. So he walks on the side of the road, which is shorter.
I can't watch it.
So I always advise
again, your discretion is advised.
Yes,
please.
please.
These are.
I think we have gotten to the point where maybe we don't need. I mean, professionally, we need viewer discretion. Yeah. But I think if people could see this, because people just assume, oh, nothing will happen, nothing will happen. And when you see some of these stuff, because this is something that happens on Ghanaian roads every day.
Yeah, we walk. You see a big footpath, they will choose the shortest or fastest route to use.
And was he on his phone as well?
He places the phone in his pocket, but he checks, okay, there's no car coming, so let me just walk.
When there's a whole footpath.
Yeah, but it's shorter. God. Probably he's crossing the road. So I always, these are 3 advice for pedestrians quickly. Whenever you are walking as a pedestrian, always, especially at night, face the incoming vehicles, even at daytime.
Right.
Then also at night, you turn on your phone's torch and swing your arm. You swing your arm. For dark-colored clothes, try and avoid it. But the most important thing is turn on your phone's torch and swing your arm with it. Yeah, and the good part is, if it's even a drunk driver, you might think it's the police, so you will not run into it. You might do a U-turn and not approach.
But the other point you raised, that always walk facing the cars, it's something I do all the time when I want to take a walk.
Especially if there's no footpath. What I'm referring to is most especially when there's no footpath. Walk facing them so that in case
even if there are footpaths, because I mean we've seen
Yeah.
other drivers also drive out of their lanes into these pedestrian lanes. So yeah, even if there's a footpath, I think what you're saying, concentration is key.
Yeah.
You have to
so,
be very
with
vigilant.
the final parts of this, I just want to talk about the quote. So we have concentration,
The slide before.
observation, anticipation, and tolerance. These are the things we do as drivers. We wear our coat. Concentration, observation, anticipation, and tolerance. Now, this is the tolerance I'm talking about. This car wants to overtake the BM. The BM checks, he sees that, aperture, and wants to overtake me. So accelerates a little bit. But even at this point, they still don't want to give up. But this is the third car coming. Even at this point, just one car having tolerance would save the situation. We saw that the car slowed down and he went. Now, let's say these two cars are very stubborn and they don't want to give up. He's still overtaken. You are coming. What do? You pull up a little bit, then they all go their way. It doesn't matter who or how reckless or when this car started. You can what? You can do something about it. And this pickup is for we, the passengers in the vehicle. We should learn to speak up. Don't keep quiet. Don't be mute. And when you watch, exactly, just speak. It's better the driver drops you and you can see the accident and have that relief that you spoke than to be in that accident and not have the opportunity to get your hands back. So
we have a
this is
minute
the
to
end
wrap up.
of the class. If you watch my presentation, sorry. If you watch the picture that was to the final
previous,
picture.
right.
No, there is a picture.
A picture after this? Can we
There's
have
a
the picture
bus
after this?
Where which collided with another bus, and as much as 60 people lost their lives. And that is why speaking up is very, very important. You might say, okay, I'm sitting in a bus. The bus is big. I'm sitting at the back seat. But 60 people lost their life. So I'm sure those at the back also lost their life. So this is the end. Please and please, this is our life. So let's all be part of road safety. Thank you.
Nene, you've been phenomenal this morning. There's one thing you said that I want to also add on to the thing about the competition on our roads, especially between we normally don't see women do it, so pardon me, between the men. It's like when, I don't know, it's like maybe that comes from their love for car race games or something, people that play GTA or something. Anytime they're on the road and they see maybe a car that is maybe of lower quality or lower luxury specs or whatever than their car, they feel like, Charlie, me pa, I'm in a BMW, you a Benz, you want to come and overtake me, I'm not going to do that. And it results in an accident. So please, let's not use our road, for those GTA games. Let's not live in that fantasy world on our roads, please. And Nene, again, you've been so phenomenal this morning. I think we should continue this, education, this conversation to sensitize ourselves, educate ourselves. Because, I mean, the stats, I don't know about you, but it is very alarming. Also, there was a caller who spoke about people putting signs of people who have died on the Cape Coast Road. I think it's a great initiative. And if the authorities are watching this morning, it's something maybe we should do on some of, even the Accra Kumasi, highway. We should pay particular attention to that highway and see how we can fix it altogether. Pedestrians, drivers, and of course, MTTD and police as well. So yeah, it's been really an insightful show.
Yes.
This morning, Yao.
Yeah, so thank you guys for joining us once again. We come back next week, 11 a.m. On Saturday. There'll be a repeat within the week. Absolutely. But remember, if you're a driver, wear your coat. If you're a passenger, CASA for safety.
Yeah, for safety.
Thank you, and we'll see you again next week. Take care.
Bye.